Hello there. I'm going to try and continue finishing this drawing. Last time I was working on this drawing, I had completed the line art for the most part. Um, Filled in the spots in which I'm going to color the characters, but I left it alone for a few days because I wanted to think a little bit more about how I wanted to occupy the background. In the original sketch, it's buildings, but I didn't fully conceptualize how I wanted the buildings to look, whether they be more abstract, realistic, or even if they're going to be buildings, period. Um, but I think I'm leaning towards more of an abstract look. Like with this illustration, I kind of want to play more with abstract elements as opposed to realism. Realism I do rather often, so I was like, you know what, maybe I stretch the sense of reality a little bit more with this illustration. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Could be cool, could be lame. We'll see. But yeah. Um, what I would like to do first is make a new folder. I'm gonna put it in front of the moon layer. I'm gonna label it buildings, naturally. Then I'm gonna make a. Should I make a vector layer? Yeah, I'll make a vector layer. And then I'm gonna go to my guides and we will make a perspective guide. So I did one earlier, but it's a little bit off compared to what I actually drew. Like the ground was a little bit further down, but this time the ground is more here. So we'll do that now. So I'll pick from this side. I'll zoom in like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and line it up with the center, or at least I hope this is the center right here. And then go straight up like that. And then let's see. Okay, there we go. So I want it to be somewhere here. There's actually a grid. There should be a grid. Hold on. There we go. And I should be able to snap to it. Yep, like so. There we go. And then I probably don't need any more than that. I might just need only that. Well, no, we could use another perspective where it's like kind of going up, a vanishing point at the top, maybe. Let's try here. So we'll do it again at this side, straight down. The second one will be a little bit angled like this. So there'll be a little bit of how do you say? There'll be a little bit of a distortion going on. And let me try. Let me try and draw a building real quick. Let me try and do something. I know I had sketched one earlier. Yeah, I had sketched some buildings earlier. I should put a let's see. I have a photo of Night City I'm looking at right now. It's on my other screen. Look at that real quick. See what kind of buildings we messing with here. Okay. We'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. But G pen. Whoops. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the other layers just so that I know where the building ends. Okay, so it's ending right here. We'll have it end at that guide right there, since that technically is where the ground is in relation to the vanishing point. Okay. And I want to create like a subdivision of the levels here, like that. And since I'm using a vector layer, I can use the vector eraser, which allows me to do this witchcraft and get rid of all of these guidelines. Real neat. I can do another subdivision down here. You might not even need to. Well, yeah, no, you can see it. You can see it. I was gonna make sure that you could see any of these. In fact, what we can do is we can turn them all on, which is lower the opacity of it. Drop this down to like 20. Where does that one go? Down here. Okay, okay. I can technically erase all of this now. But probably a cleaner way to do that though. We're just gonna manually select the lines. Cool. What else? What else? You could put like a for like one of these buildings, maybe a some guard, not even guardrails, but it's like wireframe. Maybe around this section right here. I got an idea. Hold on, I'll try this out. I'm kind of like, what do you call it? Kind of winging it as I go. Because of the my objective is to kind of make a silhouette of this building. Like it won't be something that's shaded in, but maybe there'll be some textures and stuff around it. Here, and then I'll get the Millie pen, make it down maybe to like 10, maybe. Where would this go? Yeah, somewhere around there. Hello, Aziz. How do you plan each piece of art you draw? I have an issue where I have millions of things I want to draw due to surfing on Pinterest, and it's uh, hard for me to commit to one subject. Um, for me, uh, normally it's easier for me to break down what I want to do with thumbnails. Like you probably might have seen it in my videos where I'll actually go and um, do thumbnail illustrations of the same kind of subject, um, and then it kind of allows me to not only further develop the concept but also solidify like, hey, I really want to draw this or not, or maybe I want to leave this alone. But maybe you're asking like for a more broader sense, like how do you even get to that level where it's like, do I even want to draw this period? Um, I don't know. For me, it's just I think back to things I would like to see happen. Like, what do I feel like this is a something I would like to draw, and B is something I haven't seen yet. That's kind of how I approach it. It's like, has this been done yet? Whether it be by me or someone else. Um, I don't know. That's kind of how I think about it. Like there'll literally be times where I'm just chilling or thinking about cool things and be like, wait a minute, it'd be cool if this happened. And I just keep it down. I just jot it down or start sketching it or keep a reminder in my head like, hey, when I get home, I'll work on this right here. Um, But that's usually how it starts. Like I'll just go through various ideas in my head and be like, yeah, I want this to happen. After that is when I go in and like start doing sketches and thumbnails and things like that. Uh, but it's just as simple of an idea as going, oh, that sounds cool. That's literally it. Um, but yeah, the thumbnail sketches is how I further develop the concept. Is like, okay, this is cool. Now, how will I go about this? How will I actualize this concept? And that's when you guys come in. You guys help me vote for the thumbnails, and whichever one is usually the one that's the most popular, I'll go with, and I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll draw this. But every now and then, there might be a time where I break my own rules and go, nah, I'm gonna draw this instead. Sometimes it could be a learning curve where I start something I finally am like I want to draw, but maybe I can't do, and I just stop at reference and research. Yeah, that can happen too. Like the project you want to complete is something you may feel you're not equipped to completely do yet. That's happened to me a few times. Like I remember I was drawing this illustration of one of my original characters, and I was drawing it at a complex composition for me. Like the perspective was very complex. It was like a sky view almost, like a bird's eye view of the character. And because I wasn't too used to perspective at that point, I kind of left it alone for a while. Like I would sketch it, leave it a couple weeks alone, sketch it, leave it a couple weeks alone, and I was doing this for months. And then at some point, I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens if I try to model this in 3D first. Like it got to the point where I was like, okay, let me go into a 3D program, make a physical version of this character, and see what it looks like in that perspective. And then that's when things started to make more sense. I was like, okay, that's how it's supposed to look. So sometimes, yeah, it's like you might not have the mental library to do it yet, or you just haven't like gotten enough information from it. But yeah, researching is actually a very like important skill to have when doing stuff like that. Um, oh, Nat, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Um, I am currently drawing cyberpunk related content. um, Let me see. I guess I'll add a little top part of the building up there. Give it some more authenticity. Most buildings don't really just look super. Well, no, depending on the angle. Some buildings look like that up top. Some buildings don't. Um, so yeah, like that building, right? Is like all the buildings are going to be blacked out. Maybe they might have a different color at the end of it, but the idea is to have them kind of a silhouette, help the characters kind of be separated further from the background. Like I have this idea to draw a king in a chair, and in a perspective using that perspective block tool in Clip Studio. That's awesome. That's awesome, helpful. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, like Clip Studio Paint actually has some really cool perspective grids and 3D like model add-ons. Like you can just plop a 3D model into the drawing, which I think is very cool, very useful. I don't use it too often. Maybe I should. Help me with these buildings. Like I remember earlier today, I was like, should I just model the 3D buildings? And I was like, nah, that's probably too extra. It's a little bit too much. This will be fine. So like, I'm gonna get the bucket tool. I'm gonna just fill this whole thing in. Boom. Let me make sure. Yeah, looks fine. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with the buildings. Just have them blocked out like that. Keep drawing. I'm gonna lower this opacity here so I know what's filled in, what isn't, where the lines are. Raw Ration Wrath. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Currently illustrating my Cyberpunk drawing. There's some like gnarly looking buildings. Like I'm going through some images I have, some references of Night City, and it's just kind of gnarly looking. Welcome to Night City, where the only crime you can commit is getting caught, or something of that nature. It's a nice photo. Oh, yeah, we eating with this one. Hold up. Oh man. So for this building, um, I'm looking at a couple of buildings from this reference photo, and I'm trying to kind of adopt them. I'm not trying to deliberately copy them. I'm trying to capture aspects of it where I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Put in this drawing. So let me see. Go back to this layer. We'll put a little side panel here. Maybe this is where like a billboard could be or a sign for a building. Let me use the other pen. Yeah, there we go. But how's everybody's day going, huh? How's your day been? I don't ask that question very often, do I? I should ask that more. How are the viewers doing? Are you guys okay? You guys You guys tired? There we go. Hoping my chat is up to date. I'm like trying to look at multiple chats at the same time, so like my screen is super busy, so I'm hoping I'm not missing any messages. But I think I should be good. What does this button do? Like you know how buildings will have like the kind of have a little bit of an overhang on the wall, so that's kind of what I'm creating here. Maybe even have a couple of steps of them like that. How are you getting those lines so straight? I'm using the perspective grid, so it's kind of hard to see it with all the lines and stuff. But if you see the purple lines, any purple guidelines you see indicates that those guidelines are both active, and those are the ones that are the brushes are following. So it's like this guideline here is basically like helping me get straight lines. If I want to turn it off, this little section right here, I click it, I shift and click the ruler, and then once I get rid of it, I don't have any straight lines anymore. It's just me drawing it. Huh. Some of the lines are still kind of straight, but um, that's me freehanding it right here. Very thin and nice. Yeah, and I'm also adding some pressure to it as well. Like I'm deliberately um like making my lines thin because I don't need them to be heavy. There's no point. There's no need. I'll turn back on the guide. Yeah, or I say grid, but what I really mean is for perspective guides. I think you can also have a perspective grid, but the guide is it's probably easier if I show you on a different file. Let me, yeah, we'll start with this one. This is really empty. So if you go to the ruler tool and you scroll down to perspective ruler, the way it works is you can add a vanishing point, delete them, add them, fix one, infinitize. I don't know what that means. I haven't used it yet, but add vanishing point. You can like say for example you want I don't know, you want your vanishing point to be like here, right? This is the vanishing point. So you want everything to like get further and further away to this point. So what you would do is on the perspective guide, you would grab one, you hold it here, and then you push it back out. If you hold shift, you can make a 45-degree angle, 0 angle, or 90-degree angle line, and then it'll ask you to do another line, and this will you go to the same point and then you push it out. So now any line you draw can follow that perspective or can follow that vanishing point, just like that. Sometimes you'll see the lines go straight like this. So even though it's locked in to the perspective uh, or the vanishing point, you can still do fully horizontal or fully vertical lines like so. So that way you can still make like a square if you wanted to, or some rectangle, and then use a perspective to do this, and then go back to doing this. So it's super nice, it's super useful. Helped me several times throughout my various illustrations. You can even add a second point of vanish. Like say you want it to vanish here, but you also want it to vanish like here. So it's like 2 point vanishing points. 2 point perspective as they call it. You can do that. You can start one here and then boom, push it out this way. So it's like now you can use both of them and make like a building that sticks out like that. And you can even add a third point if you really wanted to. Like it's I don't know how many point. I think it's 3 points that it will allow you to do that before it starts to cancel out and just make one of them useless. So like say you wanted another vanishing point, I don't know, right here. Uh Vanishing point. So you go here and there. Now it's like you can use all three of these now. It's pretty cool though, because now you can make like super dynamic looking 3D shapes. Like say I wanted to make a cube. There we go. Worst cube in history because of how drastic the perspective is. There we go. Now that's 3 point perspective. So now it's like super dynamic 3D shape. I use it every now and then 3 point. For the drawing I'm doing right now, the perspective isn't super complex, so I don't need it. But I do use it for more dynamic perspectives. But that's how you use it. That's how you can make those buildings. Yep, that's exactly how you can make buildings, um, and maintain some level of consistency. I could yeah, I could spend time and do it myself, but it's one time consuming and it won't look right. Like there'll be some imperfections that just make it look off, and even if you might not be able to tell immediately what's wrong with it, like the trained eye will be like, "Oh, this is off perspective. This is not in line with how it should actually look like." Learn something new today. Now I gotta try. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Give it a shot. Mess around with it and just see how it works and what works and what doesn't. Um, and I'm sure you can, if you go online, you can definitely find tutorials about it that explain it better than I did. Uh, but it's a very cool, useful tool. I don't know what this is, but I saw it on top of one of the buildings, so I'm gonna draw it. Maybe some kind of like relay device or some kind of um, some transmitter. I don't know. A lot of these other YouTubers make a long drawn out video about it. Yeah, yeah, I feel that. There have definitely been times where I'm like trying to find something and I'll be like, I skim through the video to see if they get to the point. I've done that myself. So like, I'm kind of reluctant to upload tutorials because I'm not gonna be able to get everything right. Um, like there, like I'll definitely miss out something, or there might be something that I do that I never thought would need to be explained because I'm so used to it that I'm like, oh right, someone who's never used this wouldn't know how to do this. Of course they wouldn't. This is their first time trying it. So I don't know. It can be a bit challenging trying to make a tutorial, but when I do make a tutorial, I do try to make it as quickly or as to the point as I can, basically. It's one of those things where you're like, uh, a tutorial is a good way to know if you mastered something. It's a good way to know how like do you know what you're doing basically. Because if you can explain it to somebody else, like in a way they can understand it, that's when you know, okay, I have complete understanding of what I'm doing. I have truly mastered this technique or skill set. Is it too? Yeah, it's too heavy. So we'll shrink it down to three. Hmm. You sure it's when you showed how the mask and Clipsy helped him much? I think you were drawing the powers at the time. Great changing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how I like to go about it because too many times have I encountered the problem of like making the line art too complex and then filling everything in is more problematic and tedious. So I was like, okay, I need to find a better way to do this. And I realized, wait a minute, it's easier to just block out everything the opposite way and then invert the selection because the negative space has less line art and it's easier for the computer to be like, oh, this is the selection as opposed to trying to go into the details and whatnot and try to get a selection out of that. So I was like, oh, this is just a more efficient way to do it. So I like doing it. It saves a lot of time. So I was like, okay, I don't know if anyone else does it this way, but in case someone you know might not know about this, I'm gonna just upload this and see what happens. How are we looking? What if I push this to 100? Okay, the buildings look like buildings, so that's good. At least we didn't mess that up. Debating on whether or not I add a slight line art change to the building right here. Um, yeah, let's try that out. Let's see what it looks like. Basically, what in my head I'm thinking maybe I should separate the black space with like a thin line, kind of like what they do in comic books to help separate subjects from each other. Um, we turn this back down to 20. So I think what I was trying to do here was yeah, I remember now. I was trying to make a building that had like a chamfer. That's what it's called, a chamfer. Disease. What's up, Briss? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. You doing all right? That's good. That's good. Yeah, man, I'm out here drawing some cyberpunk art. I had to stay up all night and day to fix my sleep schedule. Oh man, I I've been there before. I never enjoy it. Not once have I tried to fix my sleep schedule and had a good time doing it. Not once. It's always a bad time. So this goes down here, and this is also down here. Oh, that's right. Hmm. You gotta work tomorrow? Free? I already know it's gonna be appreciated, man. Appreciated. Running some errands like the responsible adult I am. At least, yeah, at least you were doing productive things, trying to stay awake. Um, Today, I think I just woke up a little too early, just a little too early. Like I woke up the time I was supposed to, but I didn't go back to sleep. That was the issue right there. That's where I messed up. I didn't go back to sleep, and I paid for it. Like earlier today, I was in VC and like I didn't even know I was fading away at this point. Like I was in my room, we were watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z, having a good time, and then like the episode ends, but I don't remember the episode ending. Like that's when I knew I messed up. Like actually no, I remember hearing the credits. I heard the credits, but after that, like I started fading and I didn't even realize it. I didn't even know it. And then the only thing that snapped me out of it was my dad called me, and because I could hear him, I said, "Huh?" Like I immediately woke up. I was like, "Oh shoot!" I was in that weird little middle stasis of like being asleep and being awake. But him calling my name like snapped me out of it. I was like, "Huh." I'd be on my phone doing that doom scroll. Listen, bro, the doom scroll is named appropriately, bro, because your sleep schedule is in fact doomed when you do it. It is it is such a terrible thing to do. I'd be trying my best not to get into it. Like when at night, I might use my phone, but I try to stop myself from going on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. I don't even use TikTok, so um, I'm not worried about that. Uh, like I'll upload on TikTok, but I don't use it as a consumer. But when I'm on YouTube, like I can watch a long form video on YouTube because the video will be long enough to where I'm like my body starts to sleep anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. This is the objective. This is what I wanted. But I can't go on YouTube Shorts. That it won't have the same effect because each video is its own, attention span reset. So I finish one video, I go to the next one, my attention span reset. Next one, my attention span reset. Like I'm not gonna get tired because there's always gonna be new info. But a video, the attention span you have to have a little bit stronger one. So you can fall asleep to that. But man, that doom scroll is scary, bro. Twitter too, bro. I gotta be careful with Twitter. Twitter has Twitter is interesting to me because Twitter can be toxic on my feed, but not to the point where I can't stand it. Right? maybe people might be complaining on my feed. Maybe people will be talking about something, some current event, but it's never really anything like horrific per se, except for that one event that's happening in the other side of the planet. But that's another discussion. Anyway, um, I got to be careful with that too. Sometimes I'll be on Twitter too long. Twitter got yo super. uh, yeah, mid sleep, mid yeah. It's like a weird nap time thing. Sometimes it can be good. It can rejuvenate you. Um, I'd be seeing something dumb and just have to rant to myself. Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, I'm not much of a ranter. I'll rant, like it'll happen, but I don't rant online. I don't let other people know what my opinions are and be able to go back to them. You know what I mean? Like I'll rant maybe in VC or to my friends, but um, I don't know, bro. It's too to me. It's too risky ranting out there, bro. Because what if I was wrong? What if my mind changes? What if I'm misinformed? You know what I mean? Like I just a lot of people put a lot of passion in what they say online, and I'd be perplexed because I'm like for certain, like this is how it went down. Like, were you there when this happened? Because the way you talking right now is a bit spicy. Like, I've been talking in a loud whisper. Yeah, Percy George Art, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Um, I'm just here chatting and drawing and chatting and drawing. Break. Yeah, I forget. Twitch now does breaks, ad breaks like automatically, which my lazy self is actually kind of glad they do that because I know I wouldn't keep up with it. That's for sure. Are you streaming elsewhere? Yes, I am streaming both, or also on Twitch and YouTube. Chatting and drawing, chatting and drawing. I get paid Friday, so I can't. You can't sub right now. Darn you, capitalism. It's all good. It's all good. I actually forgot about subbing low key because I don't stream on Twitch very often anymore. Um, I should probably do it more. Uh, I heard that on or in TwitchCon will be happening in California, San Diego, California, in September. There's also an artist alley at TwitchCon. I did not know this, but apparently, if they accept you, you can get in uh, for free, or not for free. Your artist alley table is free. Um, and if that's the case, I kind of want to see. I want to test my luck. I want to see if I can do it. I want to see if I can get a table there. But you also have to be an active streamer. Like you have to be streaming, I believe, 90 days within 90 days of your submission. So I was like, huh, I should probably get back to streaming then, just to make it a habit. I used to stream very consistently back in like 2021 or 2020, one of those years, one of those pandemic years. You know what I'm saying? I was very, very consistent, but now it's like once in a blue moon. You put loads of detail in your backgrounds. Yeah. I like to uh I like to make sure that the drawing feels um how can I put this? It feels like lived in, it doesn't feel void of subject matter. Like there's a definite setting of where these characters are. Other times I'll simplify and make it more abstract. Like technically I'm actually going to make this more abstract than detailed, but I do want to have that underlying structure of, oh, they're definitely in a city. So I'm kind of like making these building structures right now. Okay, here's the trick. I have to try and make sure that the thickness of this is the same over here. What we can try to do is maybe, how can I do this? I'm gonna make a new window. And I'll put it to the side. Make sure the zoom levels are the same. So you are 100. I'm gonna go here. Make sure that the zoom is 100 as well. Okay, okay. View, I'm gonna make you flip horizontal. There we go. So this will give me a better idea as to whether or not it's more consistent. There we go. Now I'll know. You were, yeah, you were there. You were there. You were present indeed. I had I had a nice group of people that would pull up on a regular basis. You know, Chris would pull up uh, very frequently. Had Sabs, had Axel, had Musa. Musa is still very consistent. He's even like now, like I'll stream now and like eventually he'll show up. So he's very consistent. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Musa. Um, yeah, a lot of people would like. There was the small little group that was very consistent. I was like, this is nice. I can at least rely on these guys showing up in some way, shape, or form. Here, there. Is your full time freelancing? So it's kind of weird. Um, my full time, I don't really have a full time. I have a part time job, and then I also have this, and the objective is to try and make this full time. I'm in that weird middle phase where it's like almost profitable, but not livable yet. So it's like I'll draw, and then I'll go to conventions and I'll sell my artwork in person, uh, and then I'll also like do a part time job. So it's like multiple sources of income basically, trying to make this more full time. I am also working on a small little short film. Maybe that'll help me get out of the rut of almost profitable. Maybe we'll have to see how that goes later on. The name of the short film will be Screw Break, featuring my original characters, Subject 4 and Model A to Z. More news about that someday. There you go. How do I want to go about this? I think I'll cut it off there and do something similar with the framing like I did over there on that building. I'll just keep this straight line down. Okay. So we'll block all of that out. Boom. Subject for an A2Z. Woo. Exactly. See the way that Briss just responded to hearing those names. The goal is to try and get everybody to respond to those names that same way. I want everybody to like Subject for Model A2Z, but I want to do it right, so it's going to take a while. It's difficult. It's very difficult to get people to like characters. It seems like new characters. It feels difficult. JJK I think did a really good job of making like super likable characters and like making them likable very quickly. It does lead to very annoying scaling arguments, but um, nonetheless, good job for making those characters popular. Did you have to do bachelor's to learn all this, or did you teach yourself? Most of this is self-taught. I went to um, college to study industrial design, and while industrial design isn't specifically focused on art itself, it is focused on the ability to communicate ideas and designs via like visual aids. So sketching your concepts and making sure everything is in perspective and making sure it's easy to read. So because those skills kind of transferred over, I got a bit better at drawing because of it. And on top of that, um, in 2020, 2021, and some of 2022, I had spent like 2.5 years just drawing every day. And so that helped a lot too. But I've also been drawing virtually my whole life as well. Like my mom says I started drawing on walls and couches at 2, and I don't remember when I actually started drawing because when I was, as far as my memory goes, like 3 years, 4 years old, I was drawing. Like I don't remember ever going, let me start drawing. Like it was always kind of like a thing I would just do. So it's just I've just been drawing for a while, like a long time, like 20 something plus years if you consider my childhood years. Like it's been a while. What does that look like now? Full opacity. We don't need this window anymore, but it was useful. Thank you, window. Okay, okay. What you guys look like with all of these layers turned back to 100? Okay, this is getting somewhere. May May. Which one's May? I forget. Which one is that? Oh, is that? What? Wait, hold on. Let me click. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember now. I remember now. It was a joke. Yeah, I mean, I guess she's cool. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I didn't. Wasn't my favorite. He's cool though, I guess. Um, but like for example, like Gojo. Like I remember when Gojo pulled up on the screen. He showed up in episode 2 and like just started tripping. Like within 5 minutes, if you didn't like Gojo, it was just like, oh, okay, I guess you that's it. Like you don't want him to succeed, clearly. But nah, he was immediately likable. So I was like, oh shoot. But I did watch second season. Yeah. Um, that's an interesting way to end the second season. That's for sure. Look, you going around like, bro, what? Yeah, gnarly stuff happened that season. If any of you guys want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, feel free. It's a pretty good anime. I'm not gonna lie. We don't like May May. uh, Maybe I'll do more Jujutsu Kaisen later on this year. I had like an entire week where I drew Jujutsu Kaisen way back in 2021. Um, and I haven't really drawn much Jujutsu Kaisen since. So maybe maybe soon. The way Gojo had a grip on the women JJK fans was insane. Yeah, bro, he's got too much riz, bro. He had them on lockdown. I said, "Whoa, it's like this around here." You got them down like this, man. We don't need that. Push it down to 20 again. Oh, that erases 20. Interesting. I like that. Okay, okay. Um, recently, the most recent convention I went to, um, it was Ichiban Con, and there were so many Gojo cosplays. It wasn't an overwhelming amount, but it was a healthy amount of Gojo, both male and female. Like there was a lot of male and female Gojos, and I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This character is very popular. Fortunately for me, I had myself a Gojo print, so it was very easy to lure them in. Yeah. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. That just reminded me of the Nanami cosplay video. Oh my! In fact, at the convention I was at, someone did in fact reenact that Nanami scene. I saw them doing the pose. I said, "Oh, I know what this is." I said, "Yeah, yeah, I know where this is headed." Where's David? David. Wanted to make sure when I make this building how it would look uh, in relation to David's position in the drawing. Anime has a really cool like voice, like that voice actor. I don't know, that's a really cool voice to have for a character. It's kind of reminds me of Dio a little bit. Lucy looked cool up there. Oh yeah, it's my ref sheet for Lucy. I found it online. I said, "Oh, nice! This is exactly what I needed." They had one for David as well and Rebecca. I was like, gave me almost the whole crew. Main. Here's think it was the main man, David. But yeah, I'll use that. I'll use that corner. Sometimes I'll use my other laptop or my monitor or my phone, whatever is easiest to get to for my references. All right, I have to I should probably turn this off. Well, in the first, let me finish this line and then I'll turn it off. The guide. Down. Three roll ads are on. You don't say. This I definitely will not complete before my next event. Not because I can't get it done tonight, but because even if I did, um, I wouldn't be able to get it printed out fast enough because the event is happening literally this Sunday. It's it's called a Marvelous Black Boy Art Show, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll participate. It's only a day though. It's only a day event, but a day of selling art is better than no days selling art. So I said, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. That one I had to try and draw without the guideline, but it looks like it's relatively straight, so I'll stick with it. This I will also freehand. Let's try that now. Nice. Whoops. Unveiled the curtain just then. And this I'll use to cover up this whole side too. That's how you know you're reaching the center of the vanishing point. The vertex. this again. Wanted to chamfer the corners of the building once again. Oops. Deleted literally all of my work just now. Such is the beauty of digital art. You can delete everything and then just go undo. All your problems are solved. I'm pretty sure I saw a blimp or blimps plural in the reference photos that I saw. I could also add like billboards and text, light up text to kind of um, further emphasize on the idea that this is in fact the future. Like for example, right here, this would be a real good spot for a billboard. Right here. I don't know what would be here, but gotta be something. I have been studying a wee bit of Japanese, so you flexing on the pen and paper users. Listen, man, I was one of them. I technically still am one of them. Every now and then I'll go back to paper and pen, and it's something else going back to pen and paper. Like hmm, I remember I tried to draw something, uh, and I was sketching with a pencil, kind of getting a rough idea as to where I want everything to be placed. And then I realized that the whole thing was a little bit too far up, and so I was like, okay. And then my instinct was to try and like undo almost. Like I reached for my keyboard. Like I did a stroke that was like a mistake, and I my left hand instinctively reached over for the keyboard, and I said, "Oh, we can't do that anymore." it was jarring to say the least. You you laugh, but you don't understand, man. You don't understand. it was it was the most bizarre thing to happen, bro. To realize everything you thought was is no longer. It's like, oh, bro, that feeling of helplessness. You're like, frick. That's kind of the nice thing about traditional, though. With traditional art, sometimes something happens to where it's like you can't really fix it, or rather, you can't really turn back. So you kind of have to improvise or at least cope with the idea like this is what this is now. Like I don't know, there's more of a negotiation with traditional art, it feels like. you're dealing with the real world, so it's like you're gonna have to deal with this, and you're like, okay. Digital art kind of gives you a little bit more authority, some more autonomy. You can choose how this looks to an extent, but with traditional, it's like, nope. This is how this is how this material works. This is how this paper works. Cope, and it's just like, okay, you just have to deal with it. Exactly, exactly. It teaches you to live with your mistakes and then make something better out of it. Or go insane. Yeah, you could go also insane by just trying to redo it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. The choice is yours. Would you compare that to looking for your phone with your flashlight? um, no. What would I compare that to? What would I compare that to? It's like hmm, what would I compare? What would I compare that to? I don't know. I'm trying to find like what would be the best comparison for reaching for the undo button when you're drawing on paper. it's like it's like uh it's like playing an FPS with the controller on like your PS5 or something, and then you try to reach for your mouse to aim. Like it's like that, or or maybe what's another example? I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it. It's like it's like putting on your shoe in VR. That's what that is. It's like putting on your shoes in VR. That's what that is. Or being an Xbox user trying to get used to PS controls. Yeah, that. Fortunately, controls are more or less the same now. Like I remember back then, sometimes you'd have to rewire your brain to play a game that you used to play on the Xbox, and had to move it over to PS3 or vice versa. It's better now. Times are better now. Actually, this doesn't really need a frame for the lights because it's an LED screen. It's 2077. We don't have billboards that need to be lit up anymore. Billboards are lit. Here, I'll also get rid of the black. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how that's starting to look. Mm. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Let me turn these guys back on to full opacity. Okay, 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 okay. Which one has the guide? I'm trying to find the guide for that moon right there. You would think it's in the moon layer, but I don't see a guide for it. So what gives? Where did I put it? Which one of you has the guide? It's probably in the sketch layer. Man. Yep, there you are. Found you. Yeah. So there's a message I like to use sometimes in my illustrations. do not repost. Now I have to change it to do not re-upload because almost every platform and their mother wants to change their retweet or their share feature into repost for whatever reason. So now I'm gonna have to change it so to stop the confusion. What helped you get better at anatomy? I'm scared of it, so I mostly draw heads, faces. Um, so I'll give you the answer that no one likes to hear, practice, and then I'll give you a more in-depth answer. Me, the way I went about anatomy was I would kind of how do I say this? I would think of ways that I would want a body to be positioned, and I would either A, look up somebody doing it, that action, or B, mimicking it myself. Like if it's something that I can see up close, like the way my hand is positioned, if I can see how that's happening, I can look at it in real time and draw it. Or sometimes I take photos of myself. That doesn't happen very often. I took a photo of myself maybe like once or twice, but that is a really useful way to do it. Like just taking photos of yourself, doing the pose you want, because one, you get your own um, anatomy study, and two, it matches to your actual preferences. Maybe there might be occasions where you don't have the right body type, like maybe you need somebody that's like a bodybuilder, so you might need to look up photos of that person. Um, but also being aware of how the human body works, like you don't have to go like super in depth, but at least having um, a groundwork knowledge of how the body moves. Why does this muscle look this way? What does it do specifically? How does it flex? Like stuff like that helps a lot actually. Just observing the human body and seeing how it operates in real time. That will help you with anatomy because when you draw body parts you'll be like, okay, this forearm is like too short because if you were to close it, if you were to bring this forearm closer to the bicep, this hand should be able to touch the shoulder. But from this length, I can tell it won't. Like stuff like that. Like stuff like that will help you know whether or not your anatomy is like proportionately sound. Just knowing how the body works can help quite a bit. After that Pepsi, I think I'm gonna clock out at 9. Nine is a good time. 9 is a good time to clock out, especially if you have been trying to stay up. Man, my um, what was I gonna say, bro? Chris, there was this one time I don't even know what I did for real. I think it was because I stayed up mad late a different day. Because basically what happened was I suffered the consequences later. Um, and so there was one day I went to class. Um, I had dinner or whatever, and then at some point later in the day, I had gone to the gym just to play, just to like hoop around. So I played some basketball, and I went to go shower, and then I went like after I was done shower, like after I did everything, after I went to go eat, after I went to go to the gym, after I showered, I was standing there and I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep. The reason why this was so weird was because it was 7 p.m. It was like 7:30 p.m. and I'm going, yeah, I'm gonna just go to sleep. Like I was so out of it. I was so genuinely tired. I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm gonna go to sleep. and and I think my roommate and some friends were watching anime when I was asleep, which I thought was hilarious because um I eventually would wake up. It was like 12 in the morning and my roommate and my friends are watching anime. And so what was so bizarre to me was, in theory, even though I just woke up at 12, I technically have already had at least 4 to 5 hours of sleep. So I just need a few more to get 8. That's so it was very bizarre to me. I was like, oh, okay. And then yeah, I woke up around 12 for a bathroom break and then went back to sleep. It did not bother me one bit. Oh my goodness. Hey, but the sleep was great. Best sleep I had throughout college, bro. That was insane. My sleep habits weren't great, so uh, a few times I did have a good like night's rest. I was like, all right, cool, cool. We got it this time at least. Um, there was one other time I had good night's rest at college, and my classmates could see it. It was kind of funny. Like I walked into class and my mood wasn't really any different compared to what it usually is, but apparently my face looked a lot like more well rested. Like people could, like this one girl, she was like, you're glowing." And I was like, "What?" Like, what are you talking about? But it was because like they're so used to seeing me not fully rested that when I did come in rested, I actually looked um a lot better. I've been waking up sleeping again all night. Yeah, that tends to happen to me. I at least wake up uh if the interval of time between when I truly wake up and when I went to sleep is long enough, I will eventually wake up in the middle of the night. Like it's a guaranteed. Um, it's usually just for a bathroom break. I'll be like, okay, I'm awake now. Use the bathroom and I go back to sleep. The huge. Actually, yeah, I won't get rid of this first. I'll first do this, and then we'll move on from there. You know what? Even better, what I can do is go here, erase all of this because I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. Then I'll go back in here, set this to maybe 3, then draw the lines in. That way, it's just like the sequence of things I've learned can help you save time. Like if you do the line art first here, it'll actually take longer to erase all of those sections when you could erase that whole section anyway first and then put the lines in. You'll save a little bit more time. That's something I've learned along the way doing all of this. Like there's certain orders and sequences you should do steps in to save yourself time. And the only way you know what sequence of things is faster is just by going through it and see which one's more efficient. Okay, we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. It doesn't look bad. Kind of starting to kind of mess with it. It's starting to reach my vision. So the message "do not repost." I kind of want to put it as like a giant billboard sign here, where it's not going to deliberately say "do not repost," but it will say DNR, and people are going to be like, "What the heck is DNR?" And I'm gonna be like, "That's do not repost." That's what that is. Maybe up top here or here. Yeah, we put up top here. Do not repost. You've claimed it, Chris. You technically can choose where you want do not repost to show up on this drawing. Where would you like do not repost to be, Chris? To be honest, I haven't streamed in so long that I actually forgot where to. Yeah, I completely forgot that I even had those channel points. Calamitry, you have subscribed with Prime. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me. I hope your day is going well. Uh, Currently illustrating David and Lucy looking at the moon. Building ideas, cool. Okay, bet. We'll do the building. We'll do the building. We're gonna put DNR right here. So I'm lower the opacity on this again. Um, Here's how we'll do it. I'm gonna do this first. It's gonna be like bold, like text, basically. This will be the D. This will be the N. This will be the R. And then I guess you'll be, yeah, we'll do this. Mm-hmm. We might give more space for that N, like here. Yes, that's better. Mm-hmm. All will make sense very soon. Of course, brother. Thank you. Appreciate. Ashra, thank you for the follow. Again, followers from all of the sources, all of the platforms. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoy the content. Glad you guys are spending time watching this process. That'll be there. Whoops. This will be here. And I think we can shorten this right here. All right, cool. That works. Um, so now what I'm going to do is start making out the shapes of the letters. This is to kind of help block everything out, make sure everything is in the same like relative like proportions. Now I can go in and actually start shaping out the letters. This will be a D, I promise. Looks like an O right now, but soon. Ah, the perspective grid is kind of helping out with the letter N. That's cool. It's a bit thin though, so I might have to turn it off. First, I'll get rid of this, make it a little easier on me. There we go. It looks like an A, but it'll be an R. Promise. So we'll go into here, create a little fillet. You know what I'm saying? A little fillet. Put one right here too. And very small one here. Won't be the same drastic fillet as the one at the bottom. I kind of want to imply that there's a bit of italics going on with the letters, so there we go. There and there. Nice, nicer, nicer. Very nice, says a chan. And then we gotta make this an R. Cool. Might shrink down the weight of the middle section of the end here. Looks a little bit fit, but it's fine. We just gotta slim it down a bit. Yeah, that feels a bit better. Cool, cool, cool. This I might shrink. This middle section of the D, I might shrink down to it. We'll make scale transform just like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We in business now. Hey, hey, DNR, DNR. I need to lock in. I'm wondering if I should, how do you say? Oh, hold on. I see something. I should, after I shrink it horizontally, I should shear it a bit. Whoops. Like when I shrink it like that, I'm wondering if it'll allow me to, not shear it, sorry, skew it. Shearing is to cut. Um, just like that. So it's still parallel to the other lines. And you know what I'll do instead of filling it in, I might just outline it. So I'll do this. Go in with the one of the pen tools here. Just erase it. And then maybe I can make a mask and then delete this like that. So that way I don't get rid of it in case I want to edit it some more. But I can still like see like how I made a mistake up there. I can I can still work on it from here without getting rid of the line work. Boom. 100%. So yeah, DNR is up there, but it's like a little bit more faint. But it's there. Oh, it's there. I really could actually. I can do this right here. I can select it, invert the selection, intersect the selection, expand the selection by maybe like a pixel or two, and then delete it. So to makes it a little heavier. Yeah, there we go. Cool. That works. That's in our favor. I need to add some Japanese in here. I don't know where. I don't know what it'll say. I need to add some Japanese in here. Is it really cyberpunk if there's no Japanese anywhere on the buildings? I don't think so. The one that I see quite often is the hotel, um, where it says like the letter HO and then it says the hiragana characters te and ru. So it's like hoteru. It's weird. I don't know why they do that, but that's a thing. They do it. Um, Straight down the middle, through the sun, floating neon sign. Oh, you a little chaotic, ain't you? You want something right here. What's up, Lakan? How you doing? Assalamu alaikum. um, I was gonna try and like, I don't know what I was gonna do with them. It's a moon, but it looks like a sun because of the way I did all the flats. Um, I was gonna add textures to the moon, like the craters and stuff like that. Um, but I don't know what else I was gonna do with it. Maybe add halftones. Maybe have like a halftone style thing going on. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, alhamdulillah, so happy to always see you working hard. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I've been seeing like some of your work here and there. I sadly don't go on Instagram too often, but I'll catch it every now and then. I'm like, nice. He's still going. Still doing it. Um, hmm. I might uh I might hit some like antennas and stuff on the side on the right side just to help with balancing things out. Because like the building on the left is taller than the one on the right, but I can cancel that out a little bit by adding some like antennas and stuff like that. Which isn't difficult. You just literally put some lines around there. Whoops. There you go. Just like so. Maybe one giant one right here. This could be like a little panel of something. I don't know what the panel's for. Sadly, I'm not a civil engineer, so I wouldn't know. They'll figure it out. Trust. Boom. We're back in business. Oh, Yeah, I mean, he is in a test, so the test could easily take an hour long, and then gotta make sure everything's gotta review everything. Gotta make sure
the
that
voicemail from mom?
voice. No, that was when she was trying to call me.
Oh.
Like, I got the phone, and as I was getting the phone, it went to voicemail, and I answered the phone during the voicemail. Makes for really interesting lighting. Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm kind of playing with the idea of like you see how there's negative space both in the separation of the buildings, but there's also negative space in the like parts of the building that are supposed to be lit up. So it's like everything's being blacked out except the areas that have neon lights or where I want to showcase like, hey, this building is actually further away. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because I kind of want to have the background kind of bleed into the neon sign, so like it's kind of more unified. I'm saying this, but I don't know if it'll look great, but that's my plan. That's how I want it to kind of pan out. Uh, Talk to me about this illustration program you're using. Why not something more traditional than Photoshop or Procreate? This one here is Clip Studio Paint, and the reason why I like to use it more is I like a lot of the brushes it has built in without having to download any brushes. Um, I also really like the website they have for this program called Clip Studio Assets. It's basically a website where every user of Clip Studio Paint can choose to upload their brushes. So, like, say you made a custom brush, you can just boom upload it right there. And because of the way that the program works, you can directly link it to your Clip Studio Paint assets like account, and you can just download directly into your software new brushes, new materials, whatever is like you need, whatever you need for the program. So that part is cool, but I really like the brushes, and it has a really good animation program too. Like the animation is built in to Clip Studio Paint, so sometimes I'll actually make animated sequences in here. Like literally, if I click this arrow right here, boom, I have a timeline right there, and I can just start animating on this drawing right here. So it's pretty cool. I like Clip Studio Paint a lot, and I've gotten very used to it. I started using it in 2019, I believe. Yeah, I started using it in 2019. I haven't really looked back since. Love the technique you're using. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. I there's two options I believe for Clip Studio Paint. You can either choose the subscription based version that you can get on the iPad. I think there's a subscription version on the PC too, where it gives you more updates. But I'm currently using the one that is just like a single pay license, because I already paid too much for Photoshop, so I don't want to pay another subscription. I do have a subscription for the iPad version though, but fortunately it's only like 10 a month, so it's very affordable. So I was like, okay, fine, fine, I'll do this. But I do like the software a lot. Wait, hold on. Why does that kind of look cool? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I discovered something by accident. Wait. Yeah, keeping that. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you figure something out by accident, and you just keep it. Kind of reminds me of solar panels now. Single pay? How much? I'm so tired of subscription. Yeah. Um, I don't know what the pricing is now, but way back when I got this software, it was on sale for like $100, and I got the full version. Without the sale, it used to be 200. I think emphasis on think it's still the same. I'm gonna go to their website right now actually and just give you certified answers. Hmm? Wait, why? Oh, right. I did give you a high five. What did you think it was? For some reason, when it said my name, I thought my account had 75 days, and at that point, Um, I just didn't know what was going on. So okay, so buy now plus get version 3.0 for free. Let me see what it says when I hit buy now. Okay, yeah, yeah. So there's a perpetual license version. Um, that is $49.99. That is the regular Clip Studio Paint Pro version. The Clip Studio Paint EX version is $219. That's also perpetual license. The difference between the $50 version and the $219 version is animation features. I think the regular version limits you to only 1 second of animation and 24 frames, whereas the full version, it's an, as far as I know, an unlimited number of seconds and up to 60 frames per second. So I thought to myself, I'm probably going to animate in the future. So I was like, let me just get the full version. And I do not regret it. I do not regret getting the full version because I'm still using it to this day. So yeah, Clip Studio Paint I think is a really good viable option if you're looking for new softwares to work with. Procreate is dope too. I don't use it as much though. I prefer using Clip Studio Paint. But I have used it and I was like, oh yeah, I can understand why people like this one. This one makes sense. I can vibe with this. Um, Japanese. I want to write some Japanese, but I don't know what the text will be. One idea is to make it say "do not reprint." Sometimes in my drawings, I'll add "do not repost" or "do not re-upload," and sometimes I'll write it in Japanese. But I always forget how to do it because the characters are a bit complex. Uh, Japanese. There we go. Tensai shinai de kudasai. That's how you say it. Uh, I'll put it right under here. I'll put the Japanese right here. Let's see. So we'll go. It's probably the wrong way to write it too. Eh, actually, wait a minute. I'll use the guide. I'll use the guide. We'll put this over here. Boom, boom, boom. Do I need more lines? I need more lines. Boom, boom. I put like that. Go. This one here. This one has even more lines. Huh? What? Oh, and the leaderboard. Man, there was one time where they put me in a bracket of Duolingo users that obviously do not do anything else. Like they are committed because the points they got was absurd. I said, "Oh no, I'm clearly not supposed to be here because their scores were insane." And knowing how many hours it took for me to get to where I was in my score, I said, "Oh, oh, so y'all just live here. Okay, I see." This goes further down, right? No, that's down here. Okay, 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 okay. Slowly getting lost in the lines here, trying to figure out what I'm drawing. There we go. I'm basically drawing a smaller version of this character over here. And here, then this one here, and then here. This one here. I'll put a reference point for the next one. Oh, computer loading. Oh, hold on. I don't see Twitch chat anymore. My bad. Bird got them handcuffed to the chair. You thought I was about to say, "Oh, you so y'all just stink." Nah, nah, nah. It is wild that they sweating on Duolingo, but um, we'll let it slide. But hey, we all have our commitments. So this one is like this. There we go. And then this one here. Yeah, I'm currently looking at like the Google translation to make this happen. Can't remember all of this. I can remember the bicep and tricep muscle inserts, but not Japanese. No, we're not there yet. Okay, I got a voice, but thank you so much for the splendid live. I'm gonna explore Paint Studio. Yeah, man, for sure, man. Clip Studio Paint. Be sure to check it out, man. I think you'll like it. Uh, and thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your day, brother. Let me see. Did I? Okay, yeah, like that. Oh, make sure the topography is consistent to some extent. Okay, cool, 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 cool. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. We are reaching salvation. I wish I had a commitment. I would claim Halo 5, but I've seen the tournaments. Ugh, sick. Yeah. I don't even want to think about high level Halo. I like it here. I like how comfortable casual rounds of quick play are. Husky raid. I don't even want to think about the competitive scene of Halo, especially Halo 5. What? That sound looking sick too, though. Appreciate it. Japanese has like this tendency to just make things look cool. I don't know if that's like positive racism. I don't know what that is. but it just makes things look cool, bro. I don't know. Dinner sign. Dinner. That does say dinner, doesn't it? Dinner. I'll uh I'll tweak a little bit some of the letters here. Just make sure everything is lined up a little bit better now that I've written it out. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. And I'll move it a little bit to the left, just a smidge. We'll get the polygon selection tool out. Oh, interesting. I guess I'll move you a little bit further out there. Yeah, that's better. It's that inner weeaboo making us think it looks cooler, honestly. Hey, what else? Hmm, what's this? I should add like other Japanese text somewhere. Maybe one place that just says ramen, because of course there's a ramen shop nearby. There always is. Will I remember? Can I remember the text for ramen? Can I like off memory write down ramen? Let's find out. See if I can do it, guys. Already messing up. Nah, let's not do it that way. But I'll put this line here, and then I'll cut this off like this. I would just make this my wallpaper. Honestly, um, yeah, I could. I could honestly just send you a wallpaper of this, or like an iPhone optimized version of this drawing. And by optimized, I mean I'm just gonna crop it to fit the iPhone better, or just uh phones in general. But a lot of phones share the same proportions, so I doubt this is how you do it. Let me look up a reference just to make sure I'm doing that the right way. I did use the right character. That is Ra. So at least I didn't mess up there. Uh, okay, so it is just like that. Okay, so I don't know why, but because it was vertical, I was thinking it had to be that character had to be vertical as well. But nah, you just make it look like this. and then that character is meh. Uh, Obviously, the clouds kind of cover the rest of it, but the people who have seen me draw this, you'll know that says ramen. It's just clean, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. What else? We need some Japanese on this side. We need to add some Japanese here. What else could we add for Japanese? It'd be funny. I don't know. Would they? Would they do that? So in Cyberpunk, there are these devices called BDs, brain dances, right? And it's these files that you can put into your system so you can watch like somebody's perspective. You said the sign just said men. They hit me with an ad. Ramen. It says ramen. Raw ramen. I see the problem. Um, but BDs. I wonder if there would be a sign that says BD. How would you say that? How would you write that down rather? BD. What's the which character would I use for BD? Okay, so okay, I see. BD. You could do it that way. Or I could type it out as Bahrain dance. Brahmin and BDs. I thought this was an art stream. This isn't an art stream, Calamitry. This is Night City. um, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, we'll try it that way. I'll try it. We'll say little characters here. Is the thing okay? Good. The perspective grid is on, or perspective guides. Uh, that here, and yeah, the other one would be here. The little marks. Actually, it'd probably be more like on the side like that. Yep. Take one on that. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Another message we can put in Japanese on these buildings. There's another thing. I really don't want to use the overused hotel thing where it's like H-O-Teru. I don't want to do that. I already used one overused thing here, ramen. So I can't go for another one. I gotta go for something a little bit more. I don't know, less conventional, less overused. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. How about this? I'm gonna type in Japanese signs and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get something that I can read. What does that mean? Does that mean yummy? What does that say? Promise? Promisu? Maybe at this point I'm gonna just put some stuff that relates to me in a way, but like we can use katakana. So it's not really Japanese in the sense that it's not a Japanese word. What is katakana? Then again, most of this is katakana. Like that's katakana, that's katakana. There's some hiragana in here, and kanji. So these are not like real words, or at least these are not Japanese words. This is this is a complete Japanese sentence. Like these are all words that are Japanese words. There's no like adopted words. This is a cool photo though. This is from Osaka. Okay. Let me see if there's anything I can get from here. Let's see. Let's see if there's any sauce. Mm. No, it was it's her birthday. What's this say? Tama. Tamu. Barbershop. Honestly, how would you say that in Japanese? Barbershop. Not a bad idea. We might have to add a barbershop right there. Rihatsuten. Okay. I might do that honestly. I might make a barbershop. Rihatsuten. What happens if I like reverse search it, right? Rihatsuten. VIP cuts, let's go. That is funny. Dominican straight razor cuts #1. That is funny. That is actually funny. Not only uh when I searched it up, it just showed me all the barber shops near me, but it assumed because I used Japanese to search for it that it translated everything on Google search to Japanese. That's pretty cool, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. Um, where should we put it? Should we put it on the left or the right? Left or the right? The right's kind of busy already. I might put it on the left. Um, put it like right here or something. You know what I could do? Nah. Well, nah. Well, nah. I was saying maybe I can just type it in Japanese and just put it like I could just type it in there, but I don't know. We'll try to write it. No harm in trying to write it out. Mm. Goodness gracious, the amount of lines on this next character. I can't. I can barely even see it for real. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, I gotta zoom in on this. Oh my goodness. There we go. I see it now. I see it now. I see the vision. It's not loading. I can hear you sweating. Nah, no sweat here. My dumb brain just thought of something funny. I said no sweat. There was I used to watch this I used to watch this fan dub of Dragon Ball. It wasn't Team Four Star. It was Weekly Tube Show. It was a much more what's the word I'm looking for? It had a much more amateur vibe to it. It didn't have the same production level as Team Four Star, and the things they would say were pretty darned. Like it's even worse. They'd make Piccolo say the N word and whatnot. But there was a stupid moment where like he intentionally makes Goku dumb like everybody likes to do when they make their own dubs of Dragon Ball, and he it's that scene where Piccolo saves Goku from getting like his butt whooped by Frieza during the Namek saga, and Goku goes, "Thanks, Piccolo," and he says, "No sweat." He's like, "But you are sweating." He's like, "Man, shut you." Good times, good times. The guy who would do the weekly tube show videos would later on actually do voice acting as Tommy, 14 4-star. So there's that. Let's see. Hmm. Many. Open up Insomnia cookies on your tablet or your phone or whatever source of technology is easy for you to reach. Yeah, because I don't feel like going over there to order. I'd rather just pick it up if they'll allow us. They should. They'll be open till like some wee hour in the night. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine.
delivery ends at 12:45. I don't know if they do. Yeah, you place an order.
Yeah, place an order.
So we have delivery and pickup. Let's do pickup.
Yes.
Delivery.
Keep switching to the other one.
Well, are you okay? You okay? Okay. Go and do some cookies. I'll bring you some. Yeah. Ooh, I need confetti. Mm-hmm. It's easy. I figured out what I want.
Mm.
I want confetti. Ice cream too. Turn the music up. Let's do it. Come on, people. Let's get loud. Yeah. Like a couple. What did I do?
Hmm?
How many cookies did I do?
Um, I guess 3 each or 4 each,
Let's do 3.
because maybe mom might want one. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe for work.
Just do 4 each.
For the same thing as $16. Okay, these are the big ones, the deluxe cookies. Should I do deluxe or smaller?
Um, is it 16 for deluxe size
Deluxe, all of deluxe are 4.15.
for each cookie?
For deluxe.
Goodness gracious. I'm gonna look at it afterwards.
Okay. So you just gonna get that later.
Yeah, whenever brother calls, I'll just look at that order.
Alright.
By the time we get there, it'll be done.
Okay, I'm gonna run you back. I thought you would have been skedaddled. I'm gonna have to hope somebody rage quit. They're not gonna stop a chicken at Henderson. On February 10th. But me and Alina are me and Alina, our practice is on the 17th. No, oh yeah. Next Saturday is when we're practicing. Let us go. Why do they keep putting us away? One more. Oh yeah, there's 3 words. Makayla, hurry. Makayla, there's 3 words. There's 3 words. Come on. You got
Turn
it.
back these guys on.
Now everybody's looking down at you. Makayla, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Uh-huh.
Cities I might just put out here.
Secret code.
Uh, uh, if you know, you know. All right. I'm gonna do something that might hurt your eyes. I'm going to give the Cyberpunk yellow a shot. I know, it's very loud, it's abrasive, but I just want to see what it looks like with this drawing. I'm warning you ahead of time so that, when it hurts, I can say I warned you. Just in case it hurts, I can say I warned you because the yellow is strong. It's a strong yellow. Huh? They so graciously informed me as to what color they used. It was Pantone 3945C. I'll have you know that means absolutely nothing to me because I do not know the colors by their codes, especially in Pantone. Look it up. Oh, there it is. F3E500. Now that means something to me. It looks like we were pretty close to that color. Uh huh. Hmm. Let's give it a shot, guys. Let's see what it looks like, guys. It's gonna hurt, guys. I'm telling you guys. I'm warning you guys. You're looking at the screen right now. It's gonna hurt. You guys ready? You sure? Positive? Because I'm gonna hit this with a Control A to select the entire canvas, and I'm gonna hit it with a. I don't even need to do that actually. I could just hit this right here, the bucket tool, and the fill tool. All right, three, two, one. Why does that look gas? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Why does that look heat? Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on, hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is probably a good place to put a stop to this stream. I'm not done with the drawing, obviously, but um, I'm glad we kind of got to hear this is a pretty cool print color. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but it's a cool option. I might mess around with it some more, maybe see what other colors could work well for this. But this right here don't look too bad. I'll keep messing around with it. Uh, but again, I have to end the stream here. I think this is a healthy length of time too. We've been live for like 2.5 hours, so that's okay. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for stopping by and watching this process. Um, I think this print when it's done will look pretty solid. Um, but yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Now time to end these stream. Well, I can probably just end it right here, but I have to end them like individually. We'll see how this goes. Bye.